Okay, welcome to our second call of our Essentials training. Today, we're gonna go over questions. We are going to cover section 4. We are going to talk to you about referrals. And we are going to review the LRP process, how to create a loyalty rewards program order in your back office or your shopping page. And that, please refer to page 5 in your training. And we're also gonna go over how to enroll someone. And that will be on your manual on page 7.
Okay. Hope everyone has had a good couple of days, and we're so happy to be here for Thursday evening to do our essential training. So on this section here for section 4, since it's condensed, I know probably no one has a wellness consult yet, and you guys haven't probably maybe not even enrolled someone yet. So, but you are going to go through this with your mentor on strengths and weaknesses, how many enrollments you've had so far, how many completed consults, and what your focus is. So please turn to page 31 in your manual. So this is really we're going to talk about the business conversation. So that you can talk to people about our business conversation and a business opportunity with doTERRA. And so you have the scripts here that I'm going to go ahead and read to kind of get you familiar with that process. So
let me actually pull the document up. I'm going to share screen with you. Okay. And I'm going to pull that document. And we are going to be on page 31, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that way you guys can see it as we walk you through.
So here's the script.
Here is page 30. We're going to be on page 30, 31, you said? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to do it again to make sure that we got the right screen, okay? All right, so is that the page, Maria, we want to be on, or the next one?
Just right here. Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Business conversation. So steps to follow. We're going to use a script to contact them and set up time to discuss the business. 2, at the meeting, use a script to explain the business. And 3, if they want to know more, you have 2 options. A, set up a game plan to call with them, you and your mentor, or B, launch them into essential training program, like the ones we're doing now. So here's option A, and that's bringing up the business scripts. So this option is really best used at the end of the wellness consult or sales conversation. The last thing, so in the conversation that you're going to have with them or the wellness consult, this is a nice script that you can kind of use towards the end. So here we go. The last thing to review today would be the business side of doTERRA. Have you ever thought about running your own business? Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Great. Okay, great. Why is that so important to you?
You hear the now, blah, 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 blah. They will tell you what, and then you respond.
Here is how it works. You go around having conversations just like the one I had, which was pretty simple, right? I can show you how. You will earn commission on each sale, and as your customers repeat orders and team members grow, you'll earn additional bonuses. What a lot of people love about it is the flexibility. And after a while, the residual income is something that you would like. Is that something you would like to learn more about?
Yes.
Okay, great. We actually have something called essential training. This training we have that introduces you to the basic of the business so that you can decide if that's something you want to learn more about. And they say, okay, great.
Or if they say no.
Right. If they say no problem. The door's always open should you change your mind. So that's really nice way to end it if they do say no. That way you guys can move on. So this is option B. This script is best used for customer calls, okay? So call your customers to simply give them love. You know, we all want to love on our customers. It's a great way to keep them. And so here you go. Check in on how they're doing. It helps to call to let them know about something that's going on, like a special or a class you have coming up. Sometimes I even call about a diffuser I saw on sale somewhere or a new product doTERRA has. Just let them know you're thinking about them and they're there for support. At the end of the conversation, simply add this statement. I ask everyone because I don't want to make any assumptions. Would you also like to learn about how to earn money or how to earn free product by hosting a little get-together? If they say yes, to either give them 2 dates and book the meeting to discuss the business or event right away. Okay, the business opportunity. Now it's time to break down the script and practice section by section. So what you can do is you can say this in the mirror. You can, memorize a little bit of it because you do want to practice this script so you get comfortable adding the business on and tacking it on to the end of the sales conversation or the end of the wellness consult. Agenda. I'm going to start our conversation today by letting you know what we'll go over. So this is when you're going to be in the conversation about the business with them, okay? So this is after you've made kind of an appointment with them to talk about the business with them. So you're going to give them, this is the agenda. First, we'll learn about you and your goals, what it takes to do the business, how our compensation plan works, how to get started, and what are the next steps. My part takes about 30 minutes. Is there anything you want to make sure we go over today? And they'll let you know. So you want to learn about them. That is really important. Let's start by learning more about you and your goals. I'm going to ask you some questions so we have a better idea on how doTERRA would fit into your life. So 1, what are your income goals with doTERRA? For instance, would you like to get your essential oils for free each month, cover your mortgage, or maybe even replace your income? This is where you're really learning about the person and kind of seeing where they're going to fit in a business plan with doTERRA. This business is all about working with people, building relationships and connections with people. What are your strengths in this area? What do you feel some of the challenges may be? And why don't you tell me about your average week or your schedule so we can see where doTERRA fit in? So you're learning about them. This is really great. Start the conversation. So then this is the meat of it. You're going to really kind of tell them how the business works. So this business is different than most of us are used to. We are used to trading our time for money. For instance, in order to get paid, we have to show up to work, clock in, and then clock out when we're done. But with doTERRA, it is a little different because we are building a residual income. And then in the beginning, you will do a lot of work that you don't necessarily get paid for. However, in the end, you'll get paid for a lot of work that you do not do. That's how that residual income comes in. You will get paid for the work of the people on your team. This is one of the ways our income is residual. And then you're going to tell them, to give an example of what we do, basically we set up conversations. These conversations can either be in person or over the phone. They can either be 1 to 2 people or 2 people, or events, usually 5 to 10 people. You will set up conversations to teach people about doTERRA, connect with and support your customers, and help train and develop your future builders by utilizing our team's training program, okay? And then you, of course, talk to them about compensation. You will get paid for the outcome of these conversations. You will make 20% off of everyone that buys from you in their first 60 days. This is your short term, also known as Fast Start income. Over time, your team grows. You will grow along with your income. This long-term income is known as uni-level. This is done by helping people get on LRP, which is Loyalty Rewards Program, building a team, and hitting bonuses. You will make percentage off of everything anyone on your team buys for the rest of your life. This includes customers and builders. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah.
It's very cool.
Who doesn't want residual income? Don't worry, as we keep moving forward, we will go more into detail about this. I just want you to understand the basics of how getting paid works. And now you're going to talk to them how to really start it. If they haven't enrolled yet, here's where you will talk about them about getting an enrollment kit. If they've already enrolled, this is where you want to talk to them about getting on LRP, which is Loyalty Rewards Program, and the importance of staying on a 100 PV LRP every month.
One thing you guys need to remember is we do this every day. We are in this doTERRA business every day. So all those words like LRP, PVs are brand new to these people. So make sure that you use points, or you can say a point system. LRP, every time you see LRP, just say, Loyalty Rewards Program or Rewards Program. That usually works really well with people. So they are on the same page with you.
Right. Or monthly program is a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how do you get started? The first step is simple. You become a product of the product, like we're all doing now. We've just become a product of the product. Basically, why would someone want to build this business and not want to use these amazing products for themselves and their families? So you become a product of the product and walking advertisement that piques the interest of those around you who want to learn. The only requirement doTERRA has for you to qualify and earn commissions is to place a 100 PV or points, 100 points monthly order every month. This is simple to do when you're buying your oils and products for you and your family to use, as well as keeping stock of the ones that you need for your business. Other than the cost of your essential oils, which as actually are a tax write-off for you, we have narrowed it down to a very little necessary supplies. Don't worry, I have this all written down for you, but this investment can be as low as $20 to start. Not bad, right? Here's the fun part. When you join our team, you get access to our amazing, unique training called the Essential Training. This training is a 4-part series that walks you through how to book sales conversations, talk to people about essential oils, support your customers, and launch new builders. It is laid out for you and all ready for you to dive in. And you don't have to worry about figuring out how to do the business alone. You have an army of support behind you. Would you like to get set up with Essential Training so you see more in depth what this business entails? Okay, if they seem to kind of hesitate to get started right away with the training off the game plan meeting with them, your mentor and you, here's an example of what to say. So it gives you an example. I know starting this business can be intimidating. When I first started, I hopped on the phone with my mentor and the person above her. They helped answer all of my questions and made me feel confident in the next step. Is that something you would like to set up? So that way they know that they have support, which you do have support with doTERRA. So our next step is to get started with the Essential Training right away. I'm going to send you a recording of the first part of the training as well as the manual. I recommend that you print this manual out and have handy. As your mentor, I will walk you through the 4 parts of this training and support you through your business launch and beyond. I promise to never be pushy leader and to support you whatever your time commitment may be. We will focus on you and reaching your goals. So go ahead and turn to page 35. Okay. So the introduction call and setting up a game plan. Have you been talking to someone about the business but they still want more information? they still aren't sure if it's the right thing for them, you want to set up an introduction call with them and your mentor. This is a perfect way to get to know them better and to find out if this is the right fit for them. This is a 3-way phone call between your potential builder, your mentor, and you. What you will do is simply just coordinate the phone call with your mentor, does all the talking. So we would do all the talking. So this takes off the pressure from you, okay? Your job is to get everyone on the phone together, introduce your mentor as a potential builder, edify your mentor, and your mentor will take care of it from there. So what does edify your mentor mean? You're going to present your mentor as the expert, which we are, okay, in the best way you can. You compliment them and list all of their strengths. Ooh, that's really nice, huh, Oneida?
Yes.
It is important you practice this with your mentors so that you are ready to introduce them. The hardest part for you will be to remain quiet. You may want to mute on your phone to help with this. Let your mentor do all the talking with your potential builder. At the end of this call, your mentor will jump off and you will remain on the scheduled follow-up call with just you and your potential builder to review what was discussed and see where your potential builder is. So isn't this great? So you have support with this. If someone is like on the fence, maybe, hemming and hawing, but not quite sure, this will really show them that your upline or you have support from your upline, and that will kind of reinforce, maybe help them, go over the ledge or be able to start the business. So let's practice. Now you will help your new builder by giving them strengths and helping them practice, introduce, and edifying you. You can help them start their list of people they plan to talk to. So this is something you can go through. You want to make, a list of people that you might think that may be wanting to do the business. And here's some qualities you can look for people that or meet. These have been shown to be qualities in major top leaders. They're not necessities, but it's a good guideline. So these are some really great guidelines. So number 1 is the females between 35 to 55. They're into natural health. They have a supportive partner. They have need for money, entrepreneur or spirit-driven. They're influential and willing to grow and develop. So those are all great guidelines when you're meeting people to kind of, as you're getting to know people, to kind of see if this might be a good fit for them. That's it. Okay. So what's next? So what's next is you set up an appointment with your mentor. Oh, this is something to think about. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So you guys can go over the page 36 on, what are your next steps. This is basically the end of that training. Like I said, we're going to give you something extra, which Maria and I know that is super important,
really important. Yep.
And is going to continue to grow your business, because once you know how to do the sales presentation, once you know how to enroll people, how to do a wish list, how to either one-on-one or the sales conversation or the class, it's super important to know how to ask for referrals so you can continue to grow your business, because you have family, you have friends, you have your circle of influence. What you need to learn is how to tap into other people's circle of influence to continue your business to grow. Otherwise, you're going to start from zero every time you do that.
Absolutely.
So we are going to talk about our referrals.
Yep.
And I am going to share the screen with you. So let me see.
And if you have any questions so far on the section 4, go ahead and just put them in the comments, and we will definitely answer them in our Facebook group.
Okay. So referrals. So there is 5. So let me give you kind of like the psychology and the backbone of referrals. There is 5 important things to remember about when you ask for referrals. well, first we need to talk about when is the best time to ask for referrals, right? So we want to ask for referrals after we have our sales conversation, okay? That is the best time to ask, or after you teach a class, okay? And then we give you examples on how to call existing customers for referrals and so forth. So the number one thing to remember when going through a referral is the trigger. You have to have a trigger for asking with referrals. So a good thing to remember is, for example, when you are at a sales conversation, on top of your enrollment form for a customer or a wellness advocate, you can make yourself a note of free gift, okay? And that can be your trigger visually,
to remind you.
To remind you, or actually after you are done with the sales conversation. So you will say, okay, great, your order will come, in the next 3 to 5 days. Before we finish up, how did you like the presentation? So this right here, how did you like the presentation, will be that trigger, because you're gonna ask them for the referral, okay? Now that we got done with your order, how did you like the presentation, okay? So then you're gonna go into the asking for the referral. The second part that is important to remember is you need to tell them the truth, okay? This is not gonna be, you're gonna be cool, you're not gonna be awkward. So you're gonna tell them, here is where you can help me out. I try only to meet with people that I have been recommended to or I know personally. So that's you being honest with them, okay? And you're telling them, here is where you can help me out. That will be the most important part of that, okay? Number 3 is just be specific, okay? What I need you to do is to write down 5 to 10 people you know that will be nice enough to meet with me, okay? Very specific. Number 4 is you remove the pressure. Kind of like when we do the sales conversation, you remove the pressure to buy. You say they don't have to be people you think for sure will buy, just anyone who is nice and cares about their health, okay? So that you're removing the pressure of then giving you the names of people they will definitely buy. So you say they don't have to be people they will buy, okay? Number 5 is free stuff. So, and you have to be specific about the instructions on how they're gonna get that free stuff. So, for example, for every 5 people you give me, I will give you and then you give an example of what you will give. So I'm gonna give you my script, okay? What I give people when they give me referrals. So for every 5 people you give me, I will give you a free sample trio. For the next 5, I will give you a blend trio. And for the next 5, I will give you 2 roller bottles for free. So here is a pen and a notebook, and I really appreciate your help. You have to make it easy for them. You give them the pen and the notebook for them to write it. If you're doing this over the phone, you can tell them, you can put me on hold and then text me the 5 people or whatever, 5, 10, 15. And you can ask and start with the number that you feel more comfortable. So maybe it's 5 at first. They might not give you 5. If you ask for 5, they're gonna give you less. They're gonna give you 2 or 3. So maybe you wanna ask for 10. And you say, for the first 5, I give you this. For the next 5, I give you that. And so that gives them an option.
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's pretty much, the importance, the 5 triggers or 5 parts of referrals. Your trigger, so remember to write down on top of your form something that you will give them for free. And then once you have ended either the sales conversation or the class, you ask them, how did you like the presentation? That's your trigger, okay? Then you tell them the truth. Here's where you can help me out, okay? You be specific. You need to, about the 5 or 10 people. You remove the pressure. They don't have to be people you think for sure will buy. And then you give them the specifics of the free stuff.
Yep.
So we will be posting the scripts for you to follow this. This will be posted on our Facebook group. Okay. It gives you also calling a referral example. Okay. So over the phone. and booking an event example. This is great because at the end of the class, you can just tell them, how did you like this presentation?
Like the class.
And then you can book a class from there.
Yep.
Okay, so this is very, very important because this will prepare you in the case of, okay, so what do they say to you, right? So if you're giving referrals to call, this can be a text or an example. This is what your customers should say to those people that they, that they have given you the names. And also the scripts for a class or party. So those are there for you. We're also going to give you the scripts of frequently asked questions. So, different scenarios of what people say. Because it's something, when you practice this is probably the only script that you must memorize.
Absolutely, 100%. And Tasha, who does our training, said you have to memorize. And she doesn't tell us to memorize anything except for the referrals. So I want to tell you about the person who did who did a merge training that we are going through right now. She is a wellness consult, and since she's been doing this, and mind you, she has had many, many years of practicing and with direct sales. She has over 125 referrals just from doing this. And so think about that. I mean, that is a game changer in your business. And it's something that will really help kind of move the needle, they would say, in your business so that you never run out of people to meet or to talk with. So that is like huge. So referrals are important.
Very important. And once you get comfortable, it will become a second nature. Maria and I had a really good success story where we just did an event in Denver, Colorado, and someone came up to us, to our table, and say, I wish I knew you guys before, because I really love you and the way you take care of your customers. And but I had already enrolled with another friend before we started doing the events, and so
she wanted a book.
She wanted a free book. The person that enrolled me did not give me a free book like you guys are giving to your new people. And so I said, oh, no problem. Well, thank you. I really appreciate your compliment that you really like our team and, and the way we treat our customers. Well, here is something you can do for me. So I used the script and I said, if you give me 5 people, I said, I did the whole script, but I told her that I would give her that free book when she gave me referrals. And she did. She gave us 5 names.
And if one of them resulted in a
enrollment, she will get that free book.
So I'm calling those referrals tomorrow. I wanted to give her some time to talk with her people before I, did the calls. And believe me, I'll be using the script. Definitely.
So let's go over, let's review the LRP process, the loyalty rewards or monthly order, okay? And for that, you have to go to your page 5. So I will go ahead and, are we going to do this on my back office? Should we do this? Okay, so instead of showing you what the actual training book says, we're just going to go ahead and create one for you, okay?
Yeah, we want to be able, we know that it's in your book, but we want to go over this for you like you're really in your back office. So that'll really show you how to do it, because it's very important in this business. It's one of the prerequisites for doing the business with doTERRA.
Okay, so I am going to go ahead and share again to make sure that I have the right screen and share. So I am in my back office, okay? Here's where you will put your ID and password. Okay. So this pop-up will come up once you have your LRP, and you can choose to show it every time you log into your shop account or back office, or you can choose not to. So I always keep it as a reminder because I like to see, to make sure that I have the right things in there. So I am going to go ahead and close that. And I am going, if you see to the right, this is where you will create your LRP, okay? Yep. So you can say create a new LRP order right here.
Yep.
Okay. And then it's gonna give you the option of the dates that you want that LRP to be processed. So we are in the month of June and then July. So let's say I want it for July. And I am going to pick a date that is by the 15th or before the 15th because I want to get that free product of the month, whatever that might be in the month of July. If you notice, some of the dates are available and some are not. So this is kind of like booking your flight, you know, when you're booking an airline flight. And it means that these days are the dates available for processing your LRP. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 3rd because I'm very excited to get new products. I'm going to say next, select here, add products to your cart. Okay. And there are different ways that you can add the products to your cart. You can add them here by simply starting to type, okay, on the search box, and you select what you want. So we use lots of peppermint beadlets at home. So I'm going to add peppermint beadlets, okay? Okay. So it will show you the peppermint beadlet, and you can say the quantity. Say, I'm going to add 5 because I'm going to give 1 to Maria here who keeps stealing mine. I'm going to say add to cart, okay? Then I'm going to say review the cart. Okay? So now you see this is my order, my LRP order or monthly order. On top, you're going to have your ship to address. If that is not the right address, you can always edit that and change it. This is great because you know what? I can actually mail this to Maria directly. Yep. So I can put her address in the ship to address. This is great for gifts now that Father's Day is coming up or any like promotion or events coming up, you know, whenever the month of the year is, then you can use that. The same with the payment. You can change the credit card. You can manage your credit cards in there. And obviously you can change the send confirmation too.
You can also change the date up here.
You can change the date.
If you need to change it, again, you can take a look and see what's available.
Mm-hmm. So again, so like we did on the search item, you can add here under the quick add to cart menu. So I am going to get some lavender. Okay. So then there is the drop-down menu. You select lavender, okay? And now you see the bottle of lavender. You can increase the amount. So I'm gonna get 2 bottles because I use that for my laundry a lot and my skin. So I'm just gonna say I'm gonna get two lavender bottles, okay? And you will see
the PV.
The PV, which is your points value system or points. So for the essential oils, it's usually 1 to 1, $1 for 1 point, okay? So I am going to actually choose a diffuser, a petal diffuser, so you see the difference on the points, okay? So for a petal diffuser, the price is $47, but you only receive 2 points. So I want you to be aware of that because a lot of people think that because they're spending $146 right here on my total, right? They think that they're gonna get the free product of the month. Now, we are only at 119 PV. So that means that we're not getting that free product yet. So I wanna add something else, okay? So I'm going to add On Guard. Okay. So I am going to add On Guard Essential Oil, and that brings me up to 151 PV. So now I know that when this order process on July 3rd, I will receive whatever product of the month for July is. So that's a great way to know. But you know what? I want to do a little bit more shopping, and I don't remember what that is called, right? So I'm going to go to the Shop tab right here, okay? And I want to see, let's see, I am going to say I want my supplements, okay? and I couldn't remember exactly how to do the supplement. So the supplement is going to be a very important portion of your monthly order, because you're going to be a product of the product. When you're asking someone to do something, you know, you have to show them that you do. And this is the #1 product that we sell in doTERRA, and it's something that for your customers is going to increase the customer retention, and it's going to continue to provide you that residual income that you're working so hard for, okay? So I am going to go ahead and I am going to add a lifelong fertility pack, which are the doTERRA supplements, to our cart, okay? Okay, so I'm going to say, you kids, and this is where you get to pick your lifelong fertility pack. So the nice thing about the monthly rewards program is that this allows you, once you select the supplements, you can select 3 additional items at a reduced price, and that is great. So in my case, I can get my kids vitamin for only $20, $25. So I can say I want one of the kids vitamins. I want more energy and stamina, so I'm going to select my Mito2 Max, and I am going to select TerraSign for my digestive system. Okay, so I can say add to kit. Okay, I'm gonna say review cart. Okay, and those items are now added to my monthly rewards program. One more thing I wanted to show you on just this section right here before we move over to the right is that you can select to use your points for your products, okay? And so as you can see, I have my rewards points that I have available for purchase are $86.90. So if you want to do that, the way to redeem your points is you will select in here what you want. Now, it's going to give you a heads up once you do that, because if you select to use your free points, you are going to be asked to process your order right away. Yep. It's not going to go out on July 3rd. It will go out today. Yep. So just be aware of that, but that is a way that you can use your free rewards point.
And it's great.
Okay. So in here on the right, you're going to see that you're creating your LRP. It's going to give you the view totals option. Shipping, so I typically choose the 2 to 5 business days, which is only $3.99, and it's great. Whatever you pay in shipping, doTERRA puts back in point into your account. Okay, this is very important to have selected and saved. This is for personal consumption, and what that means is you're going to be taxed as a customer and not as a person who is doing the business. Okay. Once you have everything the way you want it, just make sure that you have all the information correctly. You're going to select view totals. Okay. And you have the option, when you use your points, you will have the option to ship now, because that's how it's going to be processed. Okay. Or if you just want to do it that way without using the points, or you can do save changes. So let's save the changes, and you guys are going to see that. So do you see how automatically it added the free promo for the month because I was over 200 PV? But remember, this is not going to go out until July. So it will show what the free product of the month for July is if you exceed or have at least 125 points. So I'm going to say save changes.
And you're done.
And you're done. And you will see that I have now 2 LRPs, okay, right here. Yep. Okay, this is the one that we created. This is great for you to do on your wish list appointment. And so when you do your wish list appointment, this is where you can show them how to do it, and you can go and do the drop-down system. So let's say, actually, this is the, let me go back. So the one that I created was this one right now. Okay, so. Let's see. Come on. It just wants to combine. So yes, combine the items in my cart with the LRP order. No, I will finish placing an order in the items. Okay. So you can delete the items on that account. If it's too much for them, you can then remember we talk about, okay, do you want to focus on your 3 main health goals and get something for each of them, or do you want to focus on one of the health goals and then buy all the others for that? So that's where you can start deleting from your order until they feel comfortable and they want to go ahead and process that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the share.
Yep.
Because that's what we wanted to cover on section for the LRP on your page 5.
And also remember, when you are doing the business, in order to get paid, that LRP order has to be at least 100 points or 100 PV. It's very important, or the way that doTERRA has their algorithms, you will not get paid for that week. So make sure that you just don't delete it ever, just keep it in there until the next month, okay? So make sure it's at 100 PV every single month in order for you to get paid on what you have sold.
And so we all learned the hard way. This happened to me. This happened to Maria. Once you have your monthly order set to 100 PV and then it gets sent to you, you're super excited to go back and change those things, right? And don't save it to less than 100 PV, even if you have already processed that one order. Because if you don't have that template saved at 100 PV, you're not going to get paid. doTERRA pays every single week and then the 15th of each month. So if your LRP is set to 50 PV, but you already processed one order for the month of June, for example, after that week, then you're not going to get paid.
Yep.
Until you up that LRP to 100 PV, even if you already pay and had a 100 PV order. So please
just save it.
Just save it. You can put anything you want and then delete the items just to make sure that you get paid. So let's share the screen now. We're going to show you and review how to enroll someone, okay? And that is page 7 of your training manual. Okay, so again, there's 2 ways that you can enroll someone, okay? You can log into your back office, and again, you put your doTERRA ID and password, okay? Remember, these were my LRPs, so I'm just going to close that. Okay, so you can go to your dashboard and you can choose enroll a wellness advocate or customer. And then you basically follow the instructions. We are an international company, so you can pick the language that you want that order to go through. Okay, or their back office to be in, and the country of where
they reside.
Correct. So in here, select how you would like to purchase the product. So you will let them know, obviously, that the wholesale customer, they will receive the wholesale pricing of 25% discount. The option to receive the 10 to 30% back through the loyalty rewards. They're going to be eligible to receive the doTERRA free product of the month with a 125 points order. There is no monthly order commitment required and no tax ID required, meaning they don't have to give you the Social Security number. Or they can choose the Wellness Advocate option, and then you can review all of the points under that. So for today's, we're just going to say wholesale customer. So you press continue. Oh, just kicked me out. Hold on. So you just press continue. And here's where the section about you, about the customer, okay? So you will fill out the personal information, the shipping address, if it's different than this personal information. You will have at least one phone number, email address, okay? The birth date, so the month, date, and year, In here, you will put your ID number because you will be the enroller and sponsor. And this is something that you can change on the sponsor. You will go into your back office and change the sponsor move within 14 days of the enrollments, okay? And your mentor
Yes.
will work with you. Remember your weekly check-ins and calls. That's the time when you review what sponsor move do you have to do, because each person that you enroll, you have to move them into your organization. You're gonna create a password for them.
Mm-hmm.
I typically use their first name with capital letter, and then I use a combination of numbers from their birthday or something that will make up to 8 characters for their password. You select I agree, and then you move forward. The next section is where you're going to select what the kit is. Mm-hmm. And on the top, you're going to see, you're going to select whether it's a home essential kit or a family essential kit or just the enrollment package. And then you're going to add the items just like you would do for your loyalty rewards program, pretty much like that. You're going to put your payment information. You're going to make sure that the ship to address is the right address, the bill to address, and you're going to process the order. After you do that, I'm going to stop the share. After you do that, it's going to ask you, it's going to give you a, transaction complete. It's going to give you their ID number. So what I typically do is I write their ID number on the enrollment form.
Very important.
And their password, so I can provide that to them on the follow-up letter, on the welcome letter.
Yep.
After you do that, it's going to give you the option to select whether they want to create an LRP or monthly order now or later. So they can set up their LRP just like we did in our back office at the moment of enrollment, which is great because that's really when they are at the highest state of motivation to get their LRP set. So that pretty much covers how to enroll someone. Yes. The other option to enroll someone is, and I'll show you quickly, is, let's see, by directing them to your website, or you can do that yourself, okay? So if they happen to go to your website, right, because they're gonna enroll themselves, so it's my.doterra.com and then / whatever, okay, mine is Oneida Cohen, okay? So whatever your website is,
and you can find your website, you can edit your website right on your back office, in your back office area. Every time for a wellness advocate, it always comes with a free website. This is what it looks like. And there is, in the menu, there's ways you can edit it, put a personal picture, also put a little about you in there. It's great. You don't have to pay for one. It comes with the wellness advocate when you're doing the business.
And everything is done for you. So if they want to become a customer, you ask them to do join and save, because that is going to give them the option to be either a customer or a wellness advocate.
Yep.
So they will go here. It will walk them through the entire process, and they will say join doTERRA, and it's going to bring them to that. Okay, so I want to show you something else in here. Make sure that you say join and save, because if they go and select shop, what they're going to do is they're going to buy at retail. And for them, it's not going to be very clear. So just let them know that select the option of join and save in your website, okay?
If you do have a retail customer, this is how they do go to that shop page and sign up as a retail customer. Or if you have someone who wants to pay retail, this is how you sign them up, is through the shop on your website as a retail customer. Okay.
And so this is how it will look like for a retail customer. Okay. it remembers my ID number, because when you are a retail customer, it will also remember that information for you. So if you're doing it from your computer, just make sure that you clear it out that information, because you're creating a new account for them. Again, you're gonna write the password and the ID number for the retail customer once your transaction is complete, and that's gonna save them, that's gonna save them time. So that is how you would do that.
Yep.
So we have covered section 4, referrals, which we're gonna post those files on the Facebook group. We review the LRP process, the Loyalty Rewards Program, and we also review how to enroll someone.
Yep.
So we want to say thank you for attending this training, and we look forward to continue to mentor you.
Yep. And work with you. Yep.
Please remember to post your questions on the Facebook group. If you feel like rehearsing and recording videos on your sales conversations and referrals and so forth, we would love to see those. We learn every day from each other, and I'm sure we will learn some new things from you too.
All right, you guys, thank you so much. Have a good night.